Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Draghi, as others, I would like to thank you for everything you've done in compliance with your mandate to save the euro. It was very important, not only because you were wise enough to do it, but because you had the determination and courage to face all the resistances inside the Governing Council and outside the Governing Council. And once again, I welcome the new expansionary measures that you've announced, but once again, we are seeing some resistance. I would like to have your comment on the fact that some members of the Governing Council have made public statements against the decisions taken by the Governing Council, and I would like to ask you if you agree that it would be better to have more solidarity inside the European Central Bank regarding the development of monetary policy. Second issue on fiscal policy. Your message in favor of a more expansionary fiscal policy is indeed very important. You're asking for more expansionary fiscal policy from the countries who have fiscal space. But it looks that the message is no longer a message delivered to Germany and the Netherlands as before. Would you agree that now the list of countries that have more fiscal space for a more expansionary fiscal policy is longer, and so that we have now conditions for a more expansionary fiscal policy at the level of the Eurozone? Thank you.
Thank you. Let me now answer to your first question. I mean, policy disagreements are pretty common. If you see even the most recent decisions taken by the Federal Reserve, they were taken with a certain minority and dissenting minority, by the way, dissenting for different reasons between them. And it's also sometimes common that some of this dissent may become public. Though I always wish to remember that in my 6 years as governor of Banca d'Italia, and I think the same was true for my predecessor, Jean-Claude Trichet, as governor of Banque de France, I can't remember ever saying anything on the monetary policy, ever saying dissenting on the monetary policy pursued by the ECB. However, the form in which this dissent is made known is very important. It's very important, especially in a situation where we have a multi-country currency union. And this communication ought to be carefully drawn in order not to undermine the effectiveness of our decisions. And so that's very, very important. That's the only comment I would say. Now, your second point is about fiscal policy. It's up to the Commission and up to the rules. There will be a revision of fiscal policies in the oncoming Eurogroups, and the Commission will express its views. I don't want to enter into identifying countries that have fiscal space. This examination now is based necessarily on the basis of the existing fiscal rules, policy rules, and on the basis of the existing reading of the Stability and Growth Pact. So that's what we said. And said countries with high debt should pursue prudent policies, and countries that have fiscal space should act in a timely and effective manner. As I said, all this area will probably be revisited, and we are confident that the rules that will be redefined will be effective and sensible.